What is going on, guys? Saman Lasani here, coming at you with another video. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about Instagram and how I grew my page from 0 to over 10,000 followers in just under 5 months. So if you guys are interested in learning how I did that, stay tuned to the video. And make sure, if you haven't followed me already, make sure you follow me on Instagram. I've been posting all my content on there, job shipping, blah, blah, blah. You already know. Go check it out. And also, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn the post notifications on so you don't miss a video. But without further notice, let's just get straight into the video. So jumping right into it, so the Instagram, I'm going to put a screen recording right here of my phone so you guys can see the page I'm talking about, but it's called Savvy Kicks. As you can see, I got the shirt on as well. So I started this page at the beginning of 2019, so it was like January. It was like the 6th of January I made this page, and then I picked a niche that I was enjoyed to post about. So if you're trying to start a page, something like similar like a fan page type page, you want to make sure you pick a niche that you enjoy posting about, or you won't want to post, you know what I mean? So my page is just around just like sneakers, you got fashion, we got some jewelry on there, but mainly just sneakers. Mainly just sneakers and fashion, right? So I started posting like 20 to 30 times a day, sometimes 50, and that's including just feed posts and story posts, right? So when you're first starting, aim for 20 to 30 times a day. So you got to be looking for content constantly and just reposting it, right? But coming down to the reposting part, so make sure, because the best way to like get your post seen is by using hashtags, of course, right? So make sure you take advantage of that. So on every post, as you can see, I max it out. 30 is the most you can have on a post on Instagram. So make sure you find 30 good, unique hashtags. And there's more in-depth detail of how to choose your hashtags more properly. Like mix it in with some high-end, like some have over 1 million in the posts. Some have like 25,000 posts in the hashtag. So you want to have a mix of between some high ones and some low ones. Or high, medium, and low is what you want. 10 of each you could do. So you can rank higher on the lower ones. And if those are doing well on the lower ranked hashtags, it might flow into the high leveled hashtags, so you get more audience and views that way. So key point there is to always use 30 hashtags on each post. Don't always use the same hashtags either, because Instagram, I ran into a problem with Instagram where I was using the same hashtags for every single post I was posting, and then I got a shadow ban. If you guys heard of that ever in Instagram, that's when your hashtags and stuff even if you put hashtags on your post, they won't even, no one would see it if they went through that hashtag category. So, but it's all good now. That was when I was first starting. So you get the point though on how to use the hashtags properly. In addition to the hashtag, as I was saying, my video got cut off there, but always add a location tag on each post. Because what I normally do is I try to target high population areas and cities. So I normally use like Los Angeles, San Francisco, we got New York, freaking Manhattan, we got Denver, Washington. I usually just tag a bunch of locations on each post I do, right? And I fill them up with hashtags. I usually put my hashtags in the comment section of my post. You can also put them in the actual caption too if you like, but I just like to put it in the cap or comments because it's just easier for me to do it like that. But in addition to that too, you always want to make sure you're engaging with other people's posts as well, not just yourself. So make sure you stay connected within the community of your niche, right? So definitely go around, do some research, right? That's like the sneaker community is pretty big on Instagram. So I followed a bunch of like sneaker based pages, right? And I went through, liked their pics and stuff, and added meaningful comments to each post that I felt, that I wanted to comment on, right? So that's how you build your page that way as well. It's just like staying connected with the niche that you're in, and to stay connected with the pages around your niche as well, right? So moving on to another topic I want to get into is just like, all right, moving on to the next tip I got for you guys for growing Instagram is your stories. So you want to stay in touch with your stories too. Don't just do feed posts, because stories, you can also get traction on your stories as well and find new people to find your page, is by adding hashtags and then obviously locations to your stories as well. So try to make some good engaging stories, like do some polls, maybe some questions. They're adding more stuff you can add to your page or stories nowadays, so you can always do questions, Q&As and stuff like that. Keep your audience engaged for the most part, so people are always seeing your posts, and then seeing that you're always have a feed post or a story post a day, so you have that orange circle too. It just makes your profile stand out than someone who doesn't have a story up that day, you know what I'm saying? Because they got this circle. But yeah, so using the hashtags on your stories and adding locations to your stories work as well to get some traction there. But moving on to another important aspect of growing Instagram is this going through the hashtags, right? So going through, pick a few hashtags a day, right? And then go through the top posts. Like it's usually like the first 9, right? It's like trending or whatever it's called. I'll pull up a recording right now so you know what I'm talking about. So right now we're gonna go search for a hashtag, right? We can go for like search sneaker tags, right? We'll go on sneaker head, right? Boom. This one has 17.3 million posts, right? And in these first 9 usually are the most top trending. So this one right here, boom. 32 minutes ago, we'll give it a like and be like, we'll leave a comment as well. We'll say, love that pair of Jordans. Heart. Need to cop for sure, right? Post it. Boom. You know what I'm saying? Do that for 9 different hashtags and comment 9 on each 9. So the top 9 posts on 9 hashtag categories, and that'll get you some traction too when you're first starting, right? Because people will see you engaging, and they might, give you a follow or engage back to your comments and stuff like that. So that's always a good thing to do as well. So stay engaged. Don't just post and expect to have people follow you. You know what I'm saying? You got to put in some work and go, connect with other people, because they can always help you too. Like you could do shout out for shout out. You know what I'm saying? There's different ways when you're first starting. Like I also was just following a bunch of people, like going through like big pages, right, in my niche, and just following all their followers until Instagram said you reached your limit, and then they'd follow you, and then I'd go and unfollow. You know what I'm saying? You gotta grow somehow. So that's another way too, but that's not always the best, because your engagement, because those type of followers won't have such high engagement as if they just randomly stumbled upon your page on the explore page and stuff like that. So that's another tip there. But moving on to something else I want to talk about too is actually Instagram Live. I understand if it's not a personal page, you don't want to show your face. Some people don't show their face on these type of pages. Some do. Like I've tried, like I stopped. I haven't done a live video. I know it's kind of not my forte, but I've tried Instagram live stories. It's good to keep it consistent, because more people would show up if you did them more occasionally. But when I first started, I was doing like a interview type based Q&A with someone on Instagram Live. So I'd go out, reach out to people, and DM them and ask them if they wanted to do a Q&A on live. So because you can invite someone to your live stream, and I do a Q&A kind of, because I always wanted to do like a podcast type based thing. So I decided to just do it on Instagram Live instead of just having a podcast. So I tried that, but that actually got some traction too, because not only is your followers audience finding someone else, their audience also finds you too. So that was another good way to build on audience and stuff like that. But moving on. And another big thing that goes into growing a page on Instagram is just the consistency of posts every day. So when, as I said, when you're first starting out, you always aim high for your posts per day. Like, as I said, 20 to 50 is honestly the best post day is what you want to go for, until you start hitting like maybe a K to 5K is when you want to start maybe lowering it down if you want to. It's always a good to post more, but nowadays I'm at 13.7 and I usually go for like 4 to 6 posts a day. Obviously a couple of stories as well. So I try to go for 4 to 6 just feed posts alone, and maybe like 1 to 3 like stories a day as well, to keep the engagement flowing. You don't want to just post one day and then don't post for another day, then post again. You just want to keep the consistency, because that's how you just build on yourself. Because like I was growing at, like I'm still growing, like I gained about, like if I pull up, I'll show you, I'm about to pull up my stats right now. I don't know how updated it is, but if you guys have heard of Social Blade, make sure you check them out. It gives you your statistics. So as you can see here, this is my Social Blade, and my engagements at 2.23%, 13.7 followers, blah blah blah. But as you can see here, if we go down, today is the 11th, right? So yesterday was a pretty good day. I got 123 followers. So I've been averaging about 50 a day for the past like couple of weeks or so. But like whiles back when I was growing up to 10K, I was hitting like 100 followers a day. So the consistency always builds on each other, because the more people are going to find your page, and then it'll break down your engagement and stuff like that, your just growth. So definitely check out Social Blade if you don't know who they are, to track, to see your stats. But you don't want to get too caught up into like the likes and comments and followers. Just don't really pay too, that shouldn't be your main goal when you're first starting, is to get a bunch of likes on your posts. The whole point is just growing your page to hopefully convert it into a business, is what my goal was when I started this page, because I always wanted to build an audience so I could market my business to. So now I got into the Shopify stuff. And if you are into Shopify and drop shipping, make sure you check out my last video. I talked about my first ever month on Shopify. I'll probably pop the link up here, or check the description as well. Go check that out if you guys are interested in drop shipping and Shopify and how to do that, because I will be posting more content around Instagram and all this marketing stuff on this channel. So if you guys are interested in that type of stuff, make sure you already know what to do. Subscribe, stay tuned, you know what I'm saying. But without further ado, this is going to be the conclusion of this video, you know what I mean. So if you watched all this throughout the whole video, shout out to you. Hopefully you got something from this, and hopefully you gained some information through my experience of growing on Instagram. So the main closing tips, use the 30 hashtags a post. When you're first starting, 0 followers, everybody starts at 0. 20 to 50 posts a day, right? Using 30 unique hashtags throughout each post. You can use the same set, but don't always use the same set of hashtags every post, because Instagram will think you're like a bot. Because that's what happened to me, as I said earlier. So 20 to 30 times a post, 30 hashtags, add a location. Just you try out a different locations throughout your post and see which one gets you the more audience, and just stick with that one, or just keep using different ones. The fourth one, stay consistent on your stories, 2 to 3 to 5 a day. Keep it engaging, do polls, live videos is good too, as I talked about earlier. Staying connected with the community is the biggest one, honestly. Just going around commenting, liking, just showing that you're actually on Instagram and show how active you are in the community is what you're doing. But so with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace.